What's going on, guys? Slickby here, and today I want to talk about the Maus, or the Panzerkampfwagen 8 in War Thunder. So, what you're going to be seeing on the screen now is a picture of some sound files that have been found in the dev server. So this tank is likely to be coming to the game very soon, if not next patch. So what I want to know is how you feel about it. I'm going to talk about some stuff, some interesting facts with this tank, and tell you the statistics of the gun and what you could hope to see this tank doing in War Thunder. So we all know this tank is a super heavy tank. It is, I don't know, it's huge. It's enormous. Very slow moving, but armored to the fucking teeth. Now, it weighs 188 tons, which is astronomically heavy. Could only travel 13 kilometers per hour, and that's on level ground, so don't expect to be climbing hills like a spider in this tank. It was 10 meters long, or 33 feet. It was 3.75 meters wide, or 12 feet, and it was 3.6 meters high, or 11 feet. So 11.9 feet, excuse me. So this is a big silhouette. Very, very big tank. It could not traverse very fast. The turret traversed slow too. It had a ton of armor on it. So the armor on this tank had a 460 millimeter mantlet, 250 at the front of the turret, 220 on the sides of the turret, 210 on the back. These are all millimeters in the turret. 200 millimeter frontal plate, upper glacis, slope back, and 190 millimeters on the sides of the hull, the track skirts, and the back of the tank. So this tank's weakest armor is 190 millimeters, which is crazy. Not to mention the side of the tank is space armor, pretty much, over the turrets. Not the turret, over the tracks. So this tank is armored like no other. The probabilities of this upper glacis and the front of the turret, you know, bouncing are crazy. Especially that upper plate. It's just one flat upper glacis. No weak spots, no machine gun ports, no nothing. This tank is armed with a 128 millimeter KWK-44 L55, which is the same gun used on the Jagdtiger. This gun would carry 32 rounds in the Maus, and it had a penetration of 200 millimeters at 1,000 meters. So, a very good gun. Obviously, it works wonders on the Jagdtiger. So the gun is already in the game. It's on the Jagdtiger. And the coaxial gun on this tank is a 75 millimeter KWK-44 L36.5. So this gun obviously can't pen tanks of this tier that it will be facing. Probably can't pen any of them, but it could do significant module damage, like knock out other tanks' guns, and it just gives you that edge. I mean, you're going to be shooting 2 rounds for every 1 round that the enemy's going to be shooting. So if you know, range him and then hit him with your 75, knock out his gun, and then re-range him and kill him with your 128, that'll be very possible. That gun has high muzzle velocity. It can really knock something out. It had a 1200 horsepower engine. Like I said, it propelled the tank 13 kilometers an hour, which is very slow. You know, this tank was designed to knock holes in the enemy's fortifications, lines, just to drive and be supported by infantry. Now, since we don't have infantry in this game, it's going to be very interesting to see how this tank plays out. Is it going to be that forefront tank, and is it going to need tanks covering its sides and rear? Most likely it will, and that's going to be hard to coordinate, and, you know, I'm really questioning how effective this tank is going to be in the game. Also, putting a tank this powerful in the game, you're going to need an equal. So I'm wondering what tank Russia's going to get, or what tank America's going to get to equal this tank out. We already know that 380 millimeters of penetration on the heat shells for the M103 could probably do a lot of damage to this tank, especially in that lower plate. Now, I don't know the specifications of what the lower plate is, the lower glacis on this tank, and it's a very small square. but I'm pretty sure that the M103 will be able to pen that. So if that shot does go through, how many of the crews are going to kill? Is it going to hit ammo? Those are things that we don't know. I don't know how the ammo is laid out in this tank, and I don't know, what are you going to hit? 75 millimeter charges, or you're going to hit 128? And that's all going to affect how this tank plays out. So I'm very interested in seeing it. You're going to be seeing, a slideshow of just pictures of the Maus. 2 of them were built. 1 didn't have a turret. And this tank was actually so big that it wasn't intended to cross bridges. It was intended to drive under rivers using a snorkel at, depths of like 45 feet. So that's pretty crazy. So anyway, comment on what you guys think. Are you excited to see the Maus? Are you scared that it's going to break the game? Do you think it's going to be useless? Is it going to be another Horton? I don't know. I hope it's not going to be another 229, because the Horton was very anticipated and just kind of lackluster. It doesn't really build anything. But the Maus, it has hope for it. It actually is a practical thing, even though it's really going to be slow. But it's going to be something, it's going to be something cool, because, yeah, it's just slow. But once you get into that perfect position, what can kill you? Also, this puts a lot of pressure on these medium tanks, like these medium and light tanks like the T-54 and the Walker Bulldog, to flank these huge heavy tanks and get some shots in the rear and really put them out of the game. So like I said before, this is Slick. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm probably going to be doing more of these in the future if stuff comes up on my radar, so send me stuff if you see it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.